Welcome to this healing in my sanctuary. I'm Molly McCandless. Tonight, I'm going to help you clear the energy of negativity out of your space that affects how you show up in your life. We all know there is a lot of negativity on the planet right now. It's kind of supercharged. So if you've been feeling negative or been feeling negativity around you from friends, people you work with, maybe just being out in the environment, stores, picking up negativity from media, that can lower your vibration. And then you can start to actually match that energy. I've said before in these healings that the energies that you hold in your aura or in your body, whether they are your energies or the collective energy of the consciousness of the people on the planet, you can start to match that energy if you don't keep yourself clear. When it's the energy of negativity, it can pull you down so fast. That energy of negativity can affect every part of your life. And then you almost start to feel, well, I'll say dirty energetically, like, oh, how do I get this off of my space, off of my body? You can't really shower it off. So you kind of need to take an energetic shower. That's what we're going to focus on tonight, is clearing that energy out of your space and your body. So as you know, if you've been in this healing before, I create a composite of everybody's energy that's in this healing. So it's one composite, and I look at the energy affecting the whole group. And again, the nice thing about a composite is that everybody will bring their own energies. And when you bring your own energies, that can actually trigger something in someone else's space that you might not even know was in and around you. So it just adds to a deeper healing. I'll set the energy with a short prayer. May it be with the blessings of divinity, that whatever happens in this healing on clearing negativity be for the highest and best good for all involved. Amen. Okay, I'll go ahead and create the composite of everybody who's in this healing. And I'm also going to ground everybody who's in this healing. So give me a moment to get you all grounded. And if you have your own ways or tools, or you've worked with me before and you know how to ground, you can do that for yourself as well. And if I bring up something that really activates you in your body, you have that grounding cord that's attached at the base of your spine. And you can allow gravity to work with that grounding cord to pull the energies out of your body, to release them into the center of the planet. If you don't know how to do that, you can message me or email me, and I can send you a handout for that. Okay, so as I ground this composite and I start looking at the whole, I'm starting from the outside, so say the aura of the composite, and I'm coming up against a huge wall of white energy. That is a lot of foreign energy. Again, just by being a human on the planet, we'll pick up energies from other people. You don't even really have to leave your house to be affected by the collective consciousness, or I like to say unconscious energy of the people on the planet. It could be your neighbors, or if you're out and about, even the grocery store, work, that energy starts to seep into your aura. So I'm starting with the aura around the composite, and I'm going to help clear that energy out of this space. It's kind of interesting as I'm releasing it, because it's starting to dissipate a little bit, but then I'm coming up into some other layers as I'm watching this energy release. So give me a moment to finish clearing the aura before I move actually into the body. there's a lot of this white energy held. Well, we'll say if it was a image of a body and the aura around the body, there's a lot of energy held around the upper portion, we just say from the shoulders up. So I will start around the head. Looking at what would be, say, the crown chakra of this composite. And there's some energy, which I'll call like wax, where people have thrown energy on top of your head, judgments, negativity. It almost makes my head hurt because there's so much on this composite. So let me start by clearing the crown chakra of this composite. A lot of sticky energy. And the crown chakra should spin like a CD flat on top of your head clockwise. And when I'm looking at the crown chakra, there's a lot of dents and divots in this. It's not vibrating smoothly. It's very wobbly. So I'm going to work to get that to spin correctly and evenly. And I want to say too, as I'm clearing this out, some of this negativity, it could be yours. It could be all foreign energy. So if you want to know what percentage is yours, if you're feeling really gummed up one day, or you've been sitting in some negative energy or gummed up, dirty energy, ask yourself, just quiet yourself, close your eyes and ask, what percentage is this my energy of negativity, or what percentage is it foreign energy, meaning not yours? It's very telling. So if you get a high percentage of, well, either way, you're going to want to clear it out. Okay, that crown chakra is starting to spin. I'm going to bring it up to gold right now. There's other parts that I, of course, will go through the composite, but raising the crown chakra, even on yourself, up to gold, spinning clockwise on top of your head like a flat disc, that helps your other chakras to match that gold energy, and it can help raise your vibration. Okay, let me keep going down. I'm going to look at the energy of the sixth chakra of this composite, because what I'm being guided to look at is for some of you, because there's so much negativity and you're very sensitive, it's hard to even see what's going on the planet. So sometimes when it's painful to look at, we can start to shut that down. Like there's just so much negativity that we really can't handle it. So we literally start to shut down. We'll shut down our chakras. So let me look at the sixth chakra of this composite, clear that out. It can be like, I just don't want to see, there's just too much negativity, too much pain. If your head's been hurting, especially if you're around somebody negative, you could literally try to be backing off. Well, I'll call it snake energy. It's beings, it's snakes, because I can feel a lot of this in this space. So I'm literally going to erase some foreign energy. Well, I'm going to call them beings. They look like snakes out of this space as well. A lot of it's held in the head. That's why I went there first, is just because there's just so much pressure in this area. What I'm seeing too is when I'm looking at this at a deeper level, it's the energy of control. And I'll say control from media, social media. I bring that up occasionally because there's so much programming in that space. So that's what I'm looking at, held up here in this in the head part of the composite. Starting to release. I've got the crown chakra spinning, the sixth chakra, and then there's a lot of energy. I can feel my throat balling up right now. There's a lot of energy in the throat chakra, and that's around being able to speak up, especially when you're around negative people. Maybe even being afraid of telling them that they're negative or to try and back their energy off. So there's this big ball of energy of unspoken words I'm going to help you clear. If you're feeling energy in your throat chakra, focus on, just releasing it out or breathing through it. But it's still, I've said before, I not only see, but I feel, and there's just so much held energy in this space that I'm going to focus on this for a moment. Lots of unspoken words coming out. It's starting to ease up a little bit. I'm going to go down to the heart chakra. What I'm seeing, the negativity in the heart chakra has to do with some family energy. Some of you might have grown up with a negative parent. I did. I had a very negative father, and it can be very damaging to children, or, kind of can set the energy for the house. So if one of the parents is negative, the whole obviously lowers the whole vibration of the house. So if you have been told that you tend to be negative, kind of think back about to the house that you grew up in. If you had a very negative parent, that could be why you've held on to some of this negative energy. So you could ask, okay, so in my case, I had a negative father and I've worked on that for years. How much of this is your energy, or how much is it, excuse me, your father's energy, mother's, siblings, that you're thinking is yours? Maybe you had an agreement to hold on to or process some of that parent's pain, that negativity. I mean, if somebody's really negative, they're really just in pain and they just don't know what to do with that energy. So they'll direct it out into the world, victim energy, negativity, punishment. So ask yourself, if you think you sit in negative energy, or if you had a negative household, what percentage is it yours? What percentage is it the family energy? And make a decision if you're ready to release it. And if you get the indication that you are processing one of your parents' pain, remember, you can release it down a grounding cord. And again, if you don't know how to do that, reach out to me, and I will send you a handout for that, or a meditation for it. So I'm looking at some cords in the heart chakra. And remember, because you're in this healing, or you've been doing some healing work, or maybe you're on the Wednesday grounding meditations, you are raising your vibration. And oftentimes partners or family members don't want you to raise your vibration because it's a threat to them. So as you raise your vibration, it can put them into some pain and trigger more negativity from their space. And they may cord you in your heart chakra to, kind of hold on to you. So I'm pulling literally energetic cords out of the heart chakra. They're on both sides, the front and back. Boy, that's really strong with some of you. I have to spend a moment here working on this heart chakra. There's some guilt with moving these family energies out too. So I want to make sure that you don't feel any guilt about taking your next step. When I see people really working to raise their vibration, I'll often see it as a way to describe it as if you're ascending and your family members or your partner is down here, they'll literally, if you're like a balloon floating up, they'll literally try to pull you down, back down to match their energy. So be aware of that. And as the more you ascend, the more pain they'll be in and the harder they'll pull you down. Okay. Moving down to the solar plexus, the third chakra, which is the ego center of your body. It's also a place where people can really try to program you. And so I'm going to look in that third chakra of this composite. Again, there's more family energy in this space. Give me a moment to clear that out. It's really gummed up. This is where people can impose their will on you. That's why oftentimes we're programmed or corded in the third chakra, is because that's a place where people really feel like they can control you. So if you say hold some pain pictures in your solar plexus, again, it's kind of how you show up in the world in that space. Solar plexus is, right below your ribs, your upper stomach, third chakra. That's where people will try and cord you to control you, to believe what they want you to believe. And that can really kind of hijack what you're creating. So if you don't clear that out pretty quickly after somebody cords you or tries to program you, you can literally start to believe in their point of view or start having doubts. If that's your ego center, kind of how you show up in the world, people will try and throw energy at that to shut you down or keep you from vibrating higher. So I'm going to work on that third chakra. Because it's a composite and it's a cumulative energy of everybody, it's pretty gummed up. I'm having a hard time getting that spinning. So I just need to work on this a little bit longer. This will probably help you to feel more, after this is cleared, more value, more centered, more powerful in your space. Okay, moving down to the second chakra. It's a creative center. Take a look there. See partners' energies in this space, of course, because partners, with that's a sexual center too. They can cord you there, and if you've had some past partners you've never cleared out, they could be in that space as well. So I'm seeing some cords and some negative energy in that space as well. Women tend to hold their creative energy out in front of them in a small basketball size bubble. Men is a little bit lower. So as I'm looking at this, because I'm at the sacral chakra, second chakra, for women, I'm going to ground this space out in front of you right now to make sure there's no negativity in this space. And then I'll switch to the men's in just a moment. So I'm releasing out of this space male control, female competition, negativity, problems and some demands, and some expectations. And then for men, it's slightly lower. And I'm going to ground this. So if you're in a male body, I'm going to help you clear out female control, male competition, negativity, again, problems and some demands, expectations and judgments. When those spaces, those creative centers are gummed up with foreign energy, it can really affect what you're creating. This is kind of like where you find some of your personal power, not just through your third chakra, but these energy balls out in front of you that are always there. You may not see them, but you could actually put your hands there and probably feel them. So releasing that. And then I'm going to go into the root chakra of this composite and start to clear out survival energy, pain pictures, negativity. That could even be from past lives. It's pretty dark. It's pretty black. I mean, not pretty black. It is very black is what I'm saying. It's not a pretty color of black. It is very dark. As I'm releasing that energy, when each of you to focus on if you have a negative person in your life, a romantic partner, a parent, somebody that you're around a lot, a boss, a coworker. I'm going to give you a moment just to focus on that person. And I'm going to, or it could be more than one person. Maybe you have a lot of negative people around you, which wouldn't be good. And then you get to ask yourself, wow, I'm around a lot of negative people. Maybe I need to change up my friends, because I'll tell you what, if you're around negative people, you know, if your marriage partner or, you know, whatever your partnership is, if it's somebody that you live with or you're close to and they tend to run a lot of negative energy, you know, you got to ask yourself, is this somebody I want to hang around with? I'm not saying you have to break up with somebody, but just be mindful of the company that you keep, because as everybody knows, you know, I think it's, what is it, the 5 or 6 people you spend the most time with. If you look at where they're vibrating, that's where you're vibrating. So if you tend to be around people that vibrate lower or sit in negativity, you might want to think about mixing it up with some new friends or some higher vibrational positive people who have some of the same beliefs you do, or maybe that are working on themselves. Okay, so think about a person or people in your life that are negative, and I'm going to start watching that energy flow into this composite, and I'm going to start to clear it. There's a bit of that. So I'm seeing, I can hear it too, some of this negative talk, and I can see it in this composite as, say, like blobs of, it's kind of a dark mix between navy and like that dark inky blue color, but it's sitting in these blobs, not just a blob, but it's a blob with like lumps on it. So I'm seeing that all in this composite. So I'm going to start to release that. And if you think of more people, you can just keep sending that energy or focusing on it so I can pick up on it and help that release. Boy, and as you're doing that, I can see even more cords. So I'm going to work on the cords as well as releasing those blobs of energy out of this space. And it's interesting, as I'm seeing this and releasing it, I'm feeling this sense of sadness or heaviness around this negativity. Again, some of it may be yours, but a majority of this, I'm going to say, is not the people that are in this healing. The majority of it is foreign energy that you've picked up that you are thinking is yours, and it's not. Again, a lot of family energy coming out. It's like if it was in your body, it would be like here on your ribs, right up here, you know, behind the back of your neck. So as if any of you are feeling tightness in the back of your, below your head in the back of your neck, I'm pulling that out right now because there's a big blob sitting right there. And the shoulders, wow, I'm just feeling it all over. So just keep releasing, helping release that sadness. I think a little bit of guilt is around not wanting to be with that person because they're so negative. And then again, you know, the unspoken words is, how do I say that? How do I tell them I don't want to be around them? You know, so you kind of start pulling back. And of course, they feel that. So they come forward and try and pull you in even more or cord you. This is good because this energy is releasing. Oh my gosh, all of you are probably going to feel so much better. Okay. Going to make sure the chakras of this composite are spinning. So the blobs of blue energy, they're mostly out. I'm just going to have this composite continue to release as I fill it back in with a lot of positive energies. And I want to remind you guys, okay, again, your crown chakra, if the old CD players, if you have plopped a CD down and it spins clockwise, if you imagined that it would be much smaller, about the size of a $50 piece, but like a mini CD on your head, the way it spins clockwise, that's the direction. And you can bring that up to gold. Imagine putting some gold paint in there, spinning it really, really fast, clockwise on top of your head. And that will that'll help you to start matching your other chakras. Gold's a high vibration. Check your crown chakra often, especially if you've been around negative people or you feel like you've had some energy thrown at you. Ground and release it. Bring your crown chakra up to gold and check on that throughout the day. It's not just, okay, I'm going to check it today and then I'm good and I'll check it in a month. I'm checking my crown chakra throughout the day. And that's practice, right? You may not remember. You could always write yourself a sticky note. If you don't want to match it up to gold, think of your very favorite color. If it's, you know, lavender or, you know, pink, it doesn't matter what feels good to you. I use gold because it's just such a high vibrational color. So I like to have my crown chakra spinning at gold a lot. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create image of a warm golden sun over this composite and start bringing energy back that has gotten loosened up for all of you, past, present, and future, and fill that composite back in. That root chakra is still releasing a little bit. Not sure I can get all of the negativity or survival out of that root chakra, but it was a good start. You can go back and ground that for yourself. And then I'm going to create another golden sun and fill this composite up with a lot of really high vibrational, positive energies. Let's add the energies of peace and sanctuary, maybe some enthusiasm, joy, creating, love. Remember, validation, validation, validation. You've got to validate yourself for even showing up. Validate yourself for all of your creations. That's how you get it to grow. So I'm adding some validation into that space. Beauty, harmony. Let's add some grace and ease and some gifts and miracles. I love adding those energies into a golden sun. Okay, I'm going to bring that into this composite and fill it in, saturating every part of the composite, even out through the aura. So the chakras get saturated with that. The aura of the composite gets saturated. And then I'm going to look back at each of you and fill each of you up with a golden sun. Place you again so you can, when I say I put you in a sanctuary room, you're in my sanctuary room And for some of you, you may linger in there and you'll just pop out when you're done. So energetically, you'll stay if you want to continue to have a little healing. That may sound funny, but it's kind of how it works. Okay. I'll close out. May it be with the blessings of divinity, that this healing be complete. Amen. Thank you for being in this healing in my sanctuary tonight. I'll think of another good topic for next month. So I will be here. I think, just FYI, I think I cannot do the third Thursday. It'll probably be the third Wednesday, but I'll make sure in bold that you realize that it's the third Wednesday. I have an appointment on that day that I don't think I'll be traveling is what I'll be doing. So it will be the third Wednesday of November, not the third Thursday. All right. Thank you all for being in this healing. It is being recorded, so I will post that. You can reach out. Otherwise, it will be in my e-blast the first Tuesday of November if you want to watch the replay. All right. Best wishes to you all. Have a good night. Thank you.